tomorrow, maybe we'll have to double check that one. Anyway, so this match though, Lions, unfortunately, I feel most of their woes in the game one can be attributed to a field just getting completely outdrafted. Empire had the number, completely messed them up, and had some great counter picks against them. But Lions this time decided to go with Death Prophet ban. Void also been banned by Empire this time around, so they won't be using that. To Scythe Mage again being banned. Actually, not again, but this time being banned, which might mean a Panda. Yep, there we go. Brewmaster getting picked up. And we'll also have the Razor Bandit. Now, interesting, TB is still here. Empire could go for the Terrorblade pick if they want it. And the Brewmaster right now isn't a big deal for it, so they could easily pick it up. The line, a recurring theme I've seen being for teams having success against the Terrorblade is pick up a line support. Just being able to clear out those illusions makes him so much less scary. And also, Lion has the burst damage to help nuke him down quickly in early gank attempts, just to basically not give him any time to get that Sunder off. But Lions now, with their response, Empire opting to go with the Ogre Magi and Witch Doctor though. Okay. Might see an Ancient Apparition ban in a moment if they're planning to have some kind of healing strategy come up. If they're planning to push early, we might see an AA ban. Otherwise, they might say, screw it, we'll just leave it. We're happy with just the Death Ward.
5 seconds remaining.
But their bans will reveal more of their plan, hopefully, in a moment. Second pick here for Lions. Oh, Centaur's still here. Still a plausible pick if they could go for that. They will want some spammy stuns, hopefully, to help deal with the Death Ward. A Death Ward that goes unchecked will pretty much win a team fight almost on its own until your opponents pick up some mass armor. If they get an AC up plus, say, a mech and another armor aura in there as well, maybe natural, or maybe like either a hero armor aura or just having, say, an 8 of lads or something there. It's usually enough armor to mitigate a lot of the damage from the Death Ward, unless it gets a really long Ag's duration off, but still. See where Lions go here with their next pick. They're going to take some time on this one. And if they want to, they could go with the Terrorblade pick. The other thing is, Terrorblade would fit in nicely, like, would just be a good pick here. Because Brewmaster can create a lot of space. He's a huge threat in the early phase, and it'll just create room for Terrorblade to farm, or even push early. If you can create room for Terrorblade to get near a tower, he will monster it down very easily. And Brewmaster is such a hero who can create that kind of space. And especially with Empire already having their supports picked up, it means that they're unlikely to go for the line pick as well, unless we're going to see something cute like a solo mid line or something. But Lions will go with a Marana pick. Alright, interesting. So Marana being picked up. Now we'll see if it's a support or not. Obviously it's flexible, could go either way. I'm not a huge fan of Core Marana. It can be done, but I don't like it. I feel like there are better options. And the more time she sits in a lane and farms, the less time she's threatening with the arrow. And that's the big bonus to playing the hero. And Moonlight Shadow is not that good in competitive level games, just because to use it to gank, the issue is you all have to go missing at once. Even if you want to smoke gang with you, you've all got to get off. It's not like 2 or 3 people can use Moonlight Shadow to gank with the smoke as well or something. Everybody has to go out of sight. And when everybody gets off the map, it's kind of obvious that something's going down, and your opponents will probably pull back and not get hit by it. So it's difficult to make it work. It's a nice spell, but it's not that good.
Dire team ban.
But Empire are going to ban out the Tidehunter as well. Okay, Lions, on the other hand, decide to get rid of the Centaur as well. I think the Tidehunter ban's definitely decent. It's just going to make it hard for Witch Doctor to... Well, a Tidehunter would make it extremely hard for Witch Doctor to get a good Death Ward off. He would always have to be basically holding onto it until the Ravage gets popped. And, oh, Empire actually had their own healing strategy up and running, and I thought they would have been, like... Unfortunately, this means that they're open to having an Ancient Apparition picked against them, and that can be trouble. As we saw last game, Lions, they did ban the AA in the second phase before they picked the EO, just to make sure it wasn't used against them, because unfortunately, if you throw that out there, it pretty much nullifies most of the benefits of having the tether down, which is just making a hero so difficult to bring down.
Remaining.
Especially with that healing spam coming out of the Witch Doctor, but... Lions might not actually want to pick that up. We'll see what they've got in mind. Terrorblade's still in the pool. Unpicked, unbanned. And I mean, he could still go in. Could still be picked very easily by Lions. Empire also quite easily could just pick up Terrorblade as well. Either team could go for him. I think though if Empire pick him, their
10
last pick should definitely be
remaining.
big team fight potential. There we go. Lions go, okay, well you've got the healing combo there with Tether and Witch Doctor. We'll pick the AA, which is why I feel like Empire definitely should have banned that instead of the Morphling. Alright. Fourth pick here. See what Empire have in mind. They might pick up their own. Right now they're looking for a solo mid.
Remaining.
Well, not necessarily a solo mid, of course, there's Wish there. It could easily be...
5 seconds
Could quite
remaining.
easily be a dual mid, if that's what they want to run.
Reserve time.
But Empire are going to start using the reserve time now. We've seen Wisp with a Gyrocopter has actually been pretty damn effective as well. And also, I would say the Gyrocopter is actually really nice against the Brewmaster. He splits, and then the late game, or even in the mid game, Flat Cannon just destroys the Brewlings. You lose the Storm Panda, and the Fire Panda really... Oh, dear God.
Dire team pick.
That is some heal spam. Unfortunately, I don't know how I feel about this. They're playing into an Ancient Apparition. That is odd, to say the least. I mean, pretty much this fight is going to come down to, does Ancient Apparition land a big Ice Blast? If yes, Team Empire's team fight falls apart. If no, Empire
10
probably has
seconds
basically an unkillable front line that just walks
5
straight into the
seconds remaining.
lineup of Lajons and just tears them to pieces. So,
Phantom Assassin.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Turn to ban.
Picked up the PA. Alright. Now the good thing about the PA is she can pick up the BKB early, which might mean the Necrophos and Ogre can't scythe her out together really
10
easily.
seconds remaining.
Obviously Ogre's setting up, the Necrophos following up with the scythe,
5
but
seconds remaining.
I suppose she's got the burst damage as well. She can just jump on top of the Necrophos and just tear him to pieces. There's also that as well.
Reserve time.
She gets out a couple of quick crits. Necrophos is going to explode, hopefully. But Lone Druid with the last
Team
ban here.
Empire's turn to pick.
I guess they could have put the Lone Druid in. There's not that much team fight right now for Lions, although they have a last pick still. The last pick for Empire will be... Well, the last ban out the Puck anyway. Could have picked the Puck, but I don't think they will because Brewmaster's likely solo mid. Phantom Assassin safe lane. Ancient Apparition and Mirana probably supports, which means I think they're going to pick an offlaner here for Lions.
10 seconds remaining.
Although technically they could actually do an offensive tri-lane.
5 seconds remaining.
And actually, I think they're playing a core...
Reserve time.
Either Witch Doctor or EO or a core here. And that's the interesting thing. I'm not sure who's going to be the core. I honestly think it should be the EO. I think that would be the best way to play that.
Dire team pick.
But... Those are some weird as shit lanes. I'm looking at this and going, what are they going to do with this? Alright, so... That is a hella tanky lineup for Empire. Unfortunately, it's just... Wow, man. I feel like they should have just... Leave the
10
Morphling in.
seconds remaining.
Leave the Morphling in. Ban out the Ancient Apparition.
5 seconds
Just like,
remaining.
this lineup is so hard to kill. It's so damn strong. It's so tanky, so much heal, so much
Reserve
spam.
time.
And yet it can all be undone by
5
one Ice
seconds
Blast.
remaining.
Needs assassin.
And a Nyx Assassin picked up as well. Okay. The Nyx Assassin going to be... It looks like it's going to be an offensive tri-lane with Ancient Apparition, Nyx Assassin, and Minuts playing the Mirana there. Which means Era probably going to go safe lane. They might actually even just roam the Mirana safe lane with Key and Era together. Brewmaster solo mid and Nyx Assassin tries to offlane. He's not that good at offlaning though. He's better than he used to be because of the Creequilibrium change, but still not fantastic.